All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about a simple little shift in perspective that could have a massive impact on your writing.
You know what? Let's just start with the big idea, the main takeaway right up front. A screenplay isn't one single story. It's actually, get this, a collection of about 120 separate little stories. And just understanding that one thing can completely change how you approach writing.
So, how did this discovery even happen? Well, it didn't come from a textbook or some screenwriting guru's lecture. Nope. This realization came from one writer's really fascinating and honestly pretty weird 4-year journey of experimentation. So, picture this. For 4 years, from 2007 to 2010, this writer just grinds it out. We're talking 5 full-length screenplays. But here's the thing. They weren't just trying to write a hit. They were actively playing around, pushing boundaries, trying to figure out what really makes a story tick.
Okay, let's get into this, because some of these experiments were seriously out there. I mean, we're talking about things most writers would never even think of doing, like writing an entire script with the scenes in reverse order, or typing the whole thing in a teeny tiny 5-point font. Definitely not your standard writing exercises.
But here's the crazy part. It was one of these weird, almost pointless-seeming exercises that led to this huge breakthrough. A totally accidental discovery about what a scene really is.
It all kicked off with this kind of fun, simple idea. Hey, what would happen if I printed out a 50-page script and just looked at it all at once?
So, step 1 was easy enough. Just print the thing out, get all the pages on paper.
And then, page by page, they start taping them up, in order, all across one single wall in their room. It must have looked like a mosaic of the story just sprawling across the entire wall. But the second that last page was up on the wall, everything changed. That fun, playful feeling, totally gone.
And in its place was this, this really powerful, unexpected feeling. Something they couldn't quite put their finger on.
So they're just staring at this wall, right? It's completely covered in their script, all neatly arranged, and they feel this strange mix of awe and, believe it or not, intimidation.
I mean, that's a pretty intense reaction, isn't it? So where did that overwhelming feeling come from? It's just paper on a wall, after all. Or is it? Well, after just standing there for a while, really looking at it, letting that feeling sink in, the answer started to slowly click into place.
And here's the epiphany, the big moment. They realized they weren't looking at one story. Instead, it felt like 120 separate, complete stories were all looking down on them.
I mean, this was a complete paradigm shift, right? Their whole way of thinking just flipped. They went from seeing a script as one long story to seeing it as this powerful collection of 120 tiny, complete stories all working together.
Okay, so this is a cool story, but what's the practical takeaway? How does this actually help you as a writer?
It all comes down to this number, 120. See, a typical screenplay for a feature film has about 120 scenes. And the big secret is, it's not one story. It's 120 stories. So what this discovery gives us is a new, super practical rule to follow when you're writing. Every single scene you write has to work on its own. It needs its own little beginning, middle, and end. It's a complete independent narrative.
And this is really the whole shebang right here. A really solid, powerful movie that sticks with you. It's not just one good idea. It's the result of 120 strong, individual stories, each one doing its job, all woven together to create something that feels like a single, unbreakable whole.
So, let me leave you with this question. The next time you sit down to write, what if you treated every single scene like its own little story? How would that change your screenplay? Don't think about writing a 120-page script. Think about writing one perfect, one-page story. Then just do that 119 more times. That little shift in perspective, it might just unlock everything.